So if you are a general contractor or a home renovation business owner and you want to have a better, more consistent, and more predictable way of acquiring jobs on a monthly basis, then please pay attention to this video because I'll be going over how you can add an extra $50,000 to $100,000 in monthly revenue within the next 90 days by using the same growth protocol that I've used to scale over 13 contracting businesses, including my own as well. My name is Farhod Arjapov, and I am the founder of Prime Advertising and the co-founder of Building Restoration Experts. First and foremost, a bit of background on me, on who I am, and what my experience is in this field. So in 2021, I ran online marketing campaigns for the biggest construction company in my country, which was Avant-Garde Style. And Avant-Garde Style did over $70 million in revenue that year. And I've learned lots of valuable lessons while advertising and working with that company. Now, prior to 2021, I've had 2 years of media buying experience. So I was in the advertising industry for quite some time, but 2021 was the year when I actually decided to focus on working with general contractors and construction companies in my country specifically. Last year in 2023, I moved to Toronto, Canada, and I had a couple of ideas on what business I wanted to start. But because both my father and my grandfather were in the construction and contracting business in my country, I decided to open up something similar, and that's how I ended up co-founding Building Restoration Experts with my business partner. In mid-2023, so that was around June, July, I founded Prime Advertising. So I founded this company, Prime Advertising, and essentially we are a growth partner firm that helps and partners up with contractors and home renovators to scale their business and their operations by leveraging our growth protocol, which I'm about to dive deeper later in this video. And in 2024, we actually hit our first $70,000 month in February with Building Restoration Experts, which I think is pretty impressive considering the fact that we've been in business for just over a year. And I mean, it's all thanks to the growth protocol, which I'm about to dive in this video. And with Prime Advertising, we still continue partnering up with 5 contractors every quarter to help them experience growth by leveraging our growth protocol. Now, before I actually dive into all the intricate details of the growth protocol, I want to give you a quick overview of what you can expect if you use the growth protocol. First of all, it's all about adding an extra $50,000 to $100,000 per month in revenue into your business and experiencing rapid growth without all the trials and error, because you get to leverage all the data and all the insights that I've gathered for the past 3 years. Also, it's all about getting consistent and predictable job flow every single month and knowing if you put an X amount into ads or if you put an X amount of money into the system, how many jobs you're going to get out from it. So now you have predictability, which you don't usually have from word of mouth or from referrals. And with the growth protocol, you wouldn't need to rely no more on, traditional Facebook or Google ad agencies that promise you the world and charge you $2,000 to $3,000, $4,000 per month, essentially for low quality leads. So yeah, first of all, before actually diving into all the details, I want to give you a quick story of what actually led me to create the growth protocol and how I exactly ended up designing the system and the protocol itself. So as I previously mentioned, in 2023, I co-founded Building Restoration Experts along with my business partner. And I mean, as any business, we started off a bit slow. We completed a few jobs for some people that we already knew in the city and just starting up building a name for our business around the greater Toronto area. Now, after 2 to 3 months of running the company, I've noticed that 70% of our jobs came through word of mouth, which meant 2 things. First of all, it was great news because that meant that we were actually doing a great job on the job sites. But the main issue with that was it led to a bit of unpredictability, cash flow unpredictability within the company. And what I mean by that is with word of mouth, with referrals, nothing is guaranteed and you don't really know if you're going to get the same amount of jobs the next month. So there was a bit of unpredictability and a bit of stress due to that fact. So after 5 to 6 months of running the business, we were stuck between we were essentially stuck between that zone of $15,000 to $30,000 in monthly revenue. And no matter what we tried, we kind of scale past that zone. And we actually tried a couple of things. First of all, like any other business, we tried traditional marketing methods. I remember us we bought up a lot of lawn signs, put them up around the neighborhood. We gave out a lot of flyers. We did cold calling for 2 months as well and door-to-door sales, but nothing really could convert. Plus, these methods were not really scalable. And so essentially we stopped trying them out because we just couldn't convert and we were wasting lots of money on them. And in April of last year, I saw an ad on Instagram from a lead gen agency, and I hopped on a call with them along with my business partner on Zoom. And essentially, they sold us the dream of making $50,000 to $100,000 per month with our business. And yeah, essentially, we've invested $4,000 for 2 months of them running paid ads for us on Google and Facebook. And apart from the $4,000 service fee that we gave to that company, we've also spent 1.8K, so nearly $2,000 on ads separately, right? And as a result, we only got one job worth 4.3K, and we were left with a 1.5K loss at the end of the second month. And what really hurt is not the 1.5K that we lost. What really hurt is the 2 months of time and energy that we lost working with them. But I have this philosophy which I learned from my father, and it's a great philosophy for business and life, is that there are no mistakes, there are only lessons to be learned. So after working with that marketing agency, I got myself a piece of paper, got myself a pencil, and I just essentially wrote down all the problems and all the bottlenecks that we faced while working with them, and also all the main bottlenecks that prevented us from scaling past that 30,000, past that 30K per month zone. And essentially I listed all these things, and all these things prevented us from scaling. What I understood while writing down all these problems was that if I find a way on how to solve every single issue that I've just listed down, then it will be unreasonable for me not to scale, right? So just going over all the problems, first of all, I realized that the main issue that we had is we didn't have a good offer in place, which led us to being a commodity in the space and selling from the same angle as everyone else in the city with no differentiation whatsoever. And that just led to leads coming and seeing us as just another company. And sometimes they were just window shopping, and there was no high intent when they came in and saw our offer, because essentially there was no offer in place. Apart from that, we didn't have a predictable system to actually generate the leads. So like I previously mentioned, we tried out traditional marketing methods. That didn't give us a predictable way of getting leads. We tried working with a lead gen agency. They did give us some leads, but the next issue that we had is the leads that came in, they were unqualified, completely unqualified. They either were located outside of the city, or they wanted to start the project in 6 months or 7 months. And that didn't work out for us, because we needed money, we needed cash, we needed projects now. And the next issue that I've noticed is that the lead to contact time was 48 hours. Because we were busy for most part of our day, when we got back home and whenever we had time, I just hopped on my phone, saw the messages, saw the new leads, saw their phone number, email. And by the time I contacted them, it was already 48 hours late, which usually led them to being reached out by our competitors or just becoming cold to our offer in general. The next issue that I've noticed is we didn't have a process to follow up with the leads consistently, and there were no CRM and tracking systems for the leads, meaning we had no idea where the leads were in the sales process. I was actually unaware if that lead was already ready to buy or ready to move forward with us. I didn't know when was the last time I spoke to him. I didn't even know if we had an appointment with him, because there were quite a few leads coming in. Some were unqualified, some were unqualified. And we just didn't have systems and tracking systems in place to see, okay, what lead is in what part of the sales process. So that was a very big issue. And the 4 final issues were that we didn't have a predictable and repeatable way to convert leads into appointments. We didn't have enough reviews on Facebook and Google, which is very important, because that's one of the main things that leads look at, is your reputation and your reviews online. And we didn't utilize our old leads list. So we had a list of about 100 to 200 leads that were previously interested in our services but didn't move forward. And we just did nothing with that big list of leads, and we could have utilized it. And we had no referral system in place for the jobs that we completed. What our philosophy was, we tried to do our best job essentially and hope for a referral, but we didn't have a referral offer in place for our clients. So in the next 3 months, I dedicated all my time and energy and my resources to trying to solve every single issue that I've just listed out in here. And I realized that if I figure out a way to solve every single issue, every single bottleneck that I've just listed out, it would be unreasonable for us not to succeed. And that's how I ended up creating the growth protocol. And yeah, this is essentially the growth protocol. Now, before I actually dive into more details and what exactly it looks like, I want to go back into that story of us working with that lead gen agency, the agency that ran Facebook and Google ads for us. Let me present this document for you. I want to emphasize on the reason behind the lack of growth with them. Now, we were at $20,000 per month, somewhere around that range. It usually fluctuated depending on the month, but on average, we were making around $20,000 per month. And our desired situation was obviously to scale past 30,000, but eventually reach 50, 60, and $70,000 per month. That was a desired situation. And the main reason behind the lack of growth was it wasn't really the service. I mean, Facebook ads, they work incredibly well. Same with Google ads. So the problem wasn't really the service. It was the fact that the service bridged only 20% of the gap between our company's current situation and our desired situation. And there were a lot more problems that needed to be solved apart from lead generation. And as a result, we were stuck in what I call the ad agency slavery flywheel. And the reason why I call it a slavery flywheel is because it's just a constant loop of failure, repeated failure, and time and money wasted. So it started off with them running Facebook ads, Google ads, and they did a bit of SEO as well for us. Now, because they were only solving one obstacle, which is lead generation, they were only solving 20% of the gap. We obviously got average results with them. The lead to job rate percentage was horrible. Most leads that came in with them came in with low intent, and most were even unqualified, not even located in our area that we operate in. And as a result, we only got one job during that 2-month time frame with them. And we were stuck with a low volume of revenue. We were unable to scale and stuck in the loop of paying $2,000 every single month for that service until we eventually terminated the contract with them. But what the growth protocol is all about, it's all about solving and bridging the whole gap between the current situation and the desired situation of your company. So with building restoration experts, the first issue that I want to solve is the offer problem. So what we did is we created a compelling offer for each of our service. So number one, we solved the issue for our offer. Then we moved on to lead gen. We started running Facebook ads ourselves, and we filtered out unqualified people, unqualified leads by leveraging Facebook forms. So asking them questions on the Facebook ad, and if they answer something, for example, we could have asked them, are you located within the Greater Toronto area? If the lead selected no instead of yes, then the Facebook form would automatically cancel that application and we wouldn't get their information. So we wouldn't waste time contacting that lead and trying to reach out to them. So we created a system of generating leads to Facebook ads. The next issue, the next gap that we want to solve is the issue of appointments. So we didn't have a way to convert leads into appointments. So what we did is we created a custom calendar booking page for our business. We actually hired a team member to call each lead within the first 5 minutes of opting in the ad. So it was a separate person in our team that instantly got a notification whenever a person got into our ad and completed the Facebook form. And he would call them within the first 5 minutes to make sure that they book an appointment with us, if they are qualified, of course. And another pretty cool thing that we did, in my opinion, is we developed a custom AI messenger, a chatbot, which is powered by ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure you're all aware of ChatGPT. And we essentially got to leverage their API, got to leverage ChatGPT's technology to create a messaging chatbot for our business. And what that chatbot did is it instantly messaged the leads and booked them into an appointment and actually had a human-like conversation via messages on by using the AI chatbot. And the AI chatbot would only message the lead if they didn't answer the phone call. So that's how we solved the issue of converting leads into appointments. And the next issue that we want to solve is to solve the issue and the problem of not having systems in place to track leads. So we started using a CRM to manage all the leads in one place and have it all organized and see, okay, what lead is in what part of the sales pipeline. We also set up AI-powered email and SMS automations to message the leads without us having to lift a finger. And we also leveraged a data reactivation campaign to email and message over 500 leads in an instant. And yes, systems is just another powerful CRMs and AI powered email and SMS automations is just another powerful way of solving the problem for not having the right systems in place. And the last two problems that we needed to solve in order to bridge the whole gap between our current and desired situation was to solve the problem of reputation. First of all, we didn't have enough reviews on Google and Facebook, so we created a leave us review email, which would get sent out to every customer whenever a job was completed. It would get sent out to their email, and they could actually leave a review for the job that we just completed for them, which would be anywhere between 1 to 5 stars. And all reviews which were 4 stars and above were automatically posted into our Facebook and Google business pages. So once again, we just leveraged technology to make our lives 100 times easier. And with referrals, we actually created a proper referral offer and sent out that offer to every customer once the job was completed. So this is an overview of what the growth protocol looks like, and essentially the main premise behind it is solving and bridging the whole gap between your current situation and your desired situation. Not just running ads, not just getting leads, but also solving the issue for appointments, solving the issue for having the right offer in place, for having the right systems in place, having enough reputation online, so having a good social media presence, enough reviews on your Google and Facebook pages, and having a referral offer in place to maximize the amount of word of mouth jobs and projects that you get. So yeah, this was how we managed to bridge the whole gap, and I'll get into the results. And I think, I already told you guys that we hit our first 70K month in February, and it was all thanks to the growth protocol, and it was all thanks due to the fact that we solved and bridged the whole gap between our current and desired situation. And we went from being stuck in the ad agency slavery flywheel. We were now in the growth essential flywheel. And the reason why I call it the growth essential flywheel is because every single time this process is completed, it can be repeated once again. And after every time it repeats, your business only continues growing and growing and growing, because with the growth protocol essentially solves every obstacle that you might face as a business owner effortlessly. And it also utilizes market data and insights. So that way, for example, what ads work on Facebook, what ads work on Google. And you can leverage AI to make your life easier. And you don't actually have to manually send out reminders, messages. And it makes your life 10 times easier. And you could actually focus on what matters in the business. And as a result, we got phenomenal results. We only spoke to qualified people during our appointments, and all the leads that came through, they came in with high intent. And as a result, we were left with a high volume of revenue, and we actually scaled to the point where we had to actually expand our crew and hire a foreman to manage the crews that we had, and for us to be able to work on the business, not necessarily in the business. And every single time this process is completed, your business just continues growing and growing and growing. So after leveraging the growth protocol for building restoration experts, the results were phenomenal. We started charging more for our services. We had a better reputation around the city. And after 90 days, we hit our first $70,000 $70K per month mark, which is a 3x growth in 3 months. And I believe it's an amazing thing. I think that we should be proud of. And I would have never really expected to have this huge and insane and fast amount of growth in just 3 months. But that's what happens when you solve all the issues and bridge the whole gap between your current and your desired situation. And as a result, we stopped relying on word of mouth. We became less stressed out because we knew that this system would bring us leads every single month, and as a result, bring us jobs every single month. And it just built out a predictable system for getting jobs on a monthly basis. We also started expanding our crew to handle more upcoming jobs that are coming up. And currently we are on our way to hitting $100,000 per month with the growth protocol. As a result, we were left with more money, more revenue. That way we had more leverage. So we had more potential to invest more into ads and other sources of getting leads and other methods of getting leads, such as Google ads and SEO as well, which left us with more time and less stress as a result, which I'm pretty sure every business owner dreams of, having more time for themselves, for their family, and just less stress in general. And what I want to end this video presentation on is a lesson that I learned from one of my mentors, Serge Guattari. Serge, so my mentor, essentially, he told me the definition of intelligence, which is the formula of growth. And the formula for growth is the rate of learning plus the rate of change. So if you're at the 20, it's been how much? This video has been for over 20 minutes right now. If you're still watching this video, first of all, congratulations. I mean, you have a great attention span, you know, and you've done better than 50% of the people that first started watching this video. You've learned a pretty valuable lesson right now, but a person who is a smart person and who is a person who's capable of growing is not only the type of person who acquires knowledge and skills fast, but is also a person who changes their behavior faster. So what I really want to emphasize the end of this video on is right now, whether you're at $20,000 profit per month or you're making $50,000 per month, you do have a desired situation right now. And the only two things that are bridging you from your current situation and your desired situation is, first of all, the knowledge, which you already have gained by watching this video and learning what the growth protocol is all about. But the second thing that's missing out on is execution. So right now you have the knowledge, but the execution is lacking, and the implementation of this model is actually what will take you from where you are right now and from where you need to be. So yeah, I really want to end this video on the fact that once you finish watching this video, please don't just go on continue and doing what you were doing previously. Just have a time to reflect upon the story that I've told. You can watch this video, you know, at any time as well, and realize that you've gained great insights on how to scale your company, but execution and implementation is what's going to take you from your current situation to your desired situation and to the life that you all deserve to live. So yeah, I want to end this video off of this great lesson that I've learned from one of my mentors. And by the way, if you're watching this video, it's most likely that you've already booked a call with me. So first and foremost, super excited to be speaking with you soon. I'm excited to learn more about your business, on who you are and what issues your business is currently facing, and actually help you and answer any questions that you might have regarding the growth protocol, and see if a partnership would actually make sense. So yeah, thanks for watching this video to the very end. I truly appreciate it. And once again, acquiring knowledge is only 50% of reaching the life that you all dream of living, but execution and implementation is what's going to eventually take you over there. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching this video. Looking forward to our call, and have an amazing rest of the day. Cheers.